Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie.
And we are drinking it in front of the sunset.
Yes.
Well, once again, it's time for 5 Sip Friday, and today it's the lightning round.
Woo!
We have got to get this done before the sun goes down and the bats come out. I don't know how much longer we have. I'm not exactly a naturalist.
And those bats were no joke. They were
the bats are
they
no
were like
joke.
that close to our head last night.
Here's the deal. 5 Sip Friday. We take 5 sips of a whiskey that was donated by one of our Patreon supporters. Try to guess what it is. We say whether or not we like it, and at the end, it is revealed exactly what we've been drinking. It can be any kind of whiskey, although to date, it has been strictly
Bourbons and rye.
bourbons or rye. Some finished, some not. Sometimes we guess they're finished and they're not.
Some delicious, some really delicious.
Sometimes we're embarrassed and sometimes we're not. Today's sample comes to us from Tim from Mississippi.
Yeah, baby.
Sent us some hitters already.
He sent us like a whole boatload, so you can't be sick of Tim from Mississippi, because we sure aren't.
Yeah, who could ever be sick of Tim from Mississippi? Tim from Mississippi, thank you as always. We're gonna get to the nose and then we'll take our 5 sips. Here we go.
Familiar nose.
I agree.
Which does not bode well for me, because I'll never guess it.
I really like that nose.
I'm gonna take a swing for it
Yeah,
and say it's a little weedy.
you think so?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of brown sugar here. That is something we do find on some weeders.
I'm feeling a little farmhousey on this one.
That's interesting.
Like a little grassy notes.
Okay. I don't really have much to add. I'm fogging up my glass. It's really cold here. I'm wearing 3 shirts. If you can't tell, it's cold. She's got a puffy jacket on. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sip number 1. Cheers.
Thanks, Tim. Tastes familiar too. Crap.
It
I
does
hate
taste
when it tastes familiar.
Ooh, I really like this. It hits my palate perfectly. This is great.
A lot of candy sweetness on that one.
There's some candy.
Little brown sugar, dark brown sugar underneath.
It's sweet in the
Tasty.
best way. It's sweet in a balanced way.
I'm gonna say it makes me think of a Maker's product.
Okay.
I don't know. I think because I got that farmhousey nose and I'm going a little wheat.
You think there's some grass here?
I don't know.
You might be right.
4 more sips and we'll find out. Sip number 2.
You're ready. Okay, I haven't even said anything yet. Sip number 2. Here we go. Oh,
Good.
caramel, brown sugar, oak,
There's some vanilla in there. I'm getting a little like
vanilla,
black licorice-iness.
a little bit of spice, but not an unwanted amount of spice.
No. Super,
Oh, boy.
super drinkable, which is not everyone's favorite terminology, but I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it is super drinkable, but I think it's warm.
The heat's building. I was just about to say, like, I think it's gonna be like a 103.
I would actually go higher.
Really?
Yeah,
It's not
I'm thinking
enough.
like a 115 or more.
Love it. Sip 3.
Oh, shit, here we go.
You said it was a lightning round. Maybe it's the perfect temperature for
Ooh.
drinking whiskey and bourbons, but
It is a little cold, and we have been on the road for days and days. We are unwashed. We are unrested. This is a delicious whiskey at a beautiful place at an unbelievably perfect time to be here. I'm enjoying this so much. That's the thing about these 5 Sip Fridays. I've almost stopped caring what's in the glass because I'm having such a good time.
I agree 1,000%.
That's
also,
whiskey for you.
I feel like I can't remember what sip we were on, and I feel like I wasted it because I was thinking about all the places that. Oh, here we go. Is this 4 or 5? I'm hoping it's only 4.
I counted 4. I got 4.
It's not Makers anymore.
It's got my tongue going. This is hot.
It's not a weeder anymore.
I don't think.
Not that Phil ever thought it was a weeder, but
I'm going hotter. I'm going like 126 proof. I'm going
Whoa.
bourbon.
I'm still
I
at that
don't
white.
get MGP. I don't get Wild Turkey. I don't get Buffalo Trace.
I feel like I've had this before.
I don't.
I hate
I
that.
do too. What would this be from Heaven Hill?
It's interesting because I actually don't think it's that hot. You're going like 126, and I'm like still in the 103 to 107 range.
This is a screamingly flavorful bourbon that builds the heat and starts to numb your tongue after a few. See, having trouble talking.
Lightweight. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, how
He
dare
already
you!
had- he already
How
had, like,
dare
2
you.
whiskeys.
She warmed up with a rum and coke.
I totally did. Oh, I'm still thinking. I'm going through the wall Rolodex.
Oh boy, it's not Jack Daniels. There's nothing Tennessee about this. Ooh, there was a little candied fruit on the end of that one.
I'm getting
So
a
it's
little.
not finished candy, but like candied fruit. That's really nice.
I got a little of that limestone-y note that we sometimes talk about with
There's some of that chalky
finished.
dryness here.
We talk about with finished or just Tennessee?
I think we just talk
I'm
about
trying
it
to
with
learn
whiskey.
here, people, but I'm not sure I'm doing a good job. Here's the problem. I feel like I've had it. I feel
Yeah.
disappointed in myself that I can't nail it down.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think it's a maker's product. I don't anymore, but like it's still sticking in my head that maybe it could be.
If it's a weeder, I would go larceny. I would go a
Oh.
barrel proof larceny. There is a very rich, impressive mouthfeel with that brown sugar, the candied fruit. Everything here is screaming Heaven Hill. I have no idea what this would be.
Well,
but
you
if
narrowed
it's a
it down
weeder,
there.
if it's a weeder, I would probably say larceny more than makers because I don't get any makers on this. I don't get grass
Yeah, I don't. It's not.
or that white grape note I always get.
Yeah, and Makers is inherently very sweet as well.
Yeah,
and
this
this is a little bit muted in the sweetness.
This one is so well balanced
I wanna
and the
drink
mouth
more.
feels great. I'm so glad I have more of this because whatever it is, that much I can say, delicious.
All right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. I'm still going low. I mean, I'm going to split the difference between my 103 and 107 and say 105.
Okay.
And I'm going to say there's no grassy notes in here anymore. But for some reason, that weeder, I don't think it's a Maker's, but I'm going to go in that lane.
Okay. Okay.
And that could mean larceny, I don't know. But like, I'm going in that lane 105.
Gotcha.
And he's going to jump up at the 126 and we'll see what really happens.
I'm gonna say 126 proof. I think this is really deceptively hot. It doesn't drink like 126, but the more I drink it, the more it builds. It's super satisfying, like those high proof whiskeys can be.
Oh.
I don't know what it would be though. We're not that well versed in all the whiskeys out there. The only thing that I know about is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, which is one of my favorite whiskeys, and this one is hidden that way. We just had the first one with B520. It could be anything before that.
Yeah.
I don't hate your larceny guess because it's not weeded to me, but we don't always taste the same things.
Right.
It's not Buffalo Trace. It's not Wild
No.
Turkey. It's not MGP.
No, I agree.
Those
I
are
will
the big
say-
ones. It's
and I
not. It
will
doesn't
say
strike
it's
me like Barrel or any of those blended whiskeys. This is really cohesive. It's down the middle. One distillery, I think.
Yeah. And now I'm like wondering if it's something that we haven't had.
Oh, it totally could be.
Like a distillery that we haven't had. Now I'm going down Distillery Row.
I hope it's like 100 proof Dickel.
That would actually be pretty awesome. Should
You
we
ready to find out? Let's
Yeah.
find out what this is. We are sharing a phone right now, so
Because
we
I'm
need to go.
recording. Because I'm recording the sunset, so we'll be right back.
Okay, we're back, and the exposure appears to be a mess. Okay,
I was
here's
wrong
the good news.
on all fronts.
It is a Heaven Hill product.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even make that connection. High five. And it's 122.2
So we're
within
completely
5. So you said 126. You're within 5.
Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it.
I can't believe it too. I will say this drink's like a 10.
Seriously,
A sub 110 for sure.
this is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch B519. Never
Haven't had
it before. Never had it. This one consistently gets rave reviews, and it's getting one from me right now. This is delicious.
And I kind of like that we said that we definitely had this before, and we definitely kind of had
We
it
kind
before.
of had it before, yeah. Well, it's an absolutely beautiful glass of whiskey, and Tim, man, you guys, you send us the best samples. Sooner or later, somebody's going to send us JTS Brown, and we're going to be like, this is also delicious. You don't have to send us the best samples, everybody. We appreciate it. It's delicious. It's wonderful.
Also, JTS Brown's in the van right now.
There is some JTS Brown in that. It's good campfire whiskey. Anyway, thank you, as always, to Tim from Mississippi. Thanks to everyone for watching this. And maybe we'll tack on Julie's time-lapse sunset
It's
post
gonna be
video
a good
here.
one. Like, comment, subscribe from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Thanks, Tim.
I'm real happy we have more of those.